Hello everyone, my name's Claire and I'm speaking to you from the International Office at the University of Leeds. Thank you for joining us for our pre-departure presentation, and this section is about the practicalities of arriving to the UK and starting at Leeds. So between myself and my colleague Doug, we are going to be telling you about these topics. Many of you, as you know, will need a UKVI Tier 4 student visa to come and study with us at Leeds. So I'm going to be telling you more about the visa and immigration process. And then my colleague Doug will tell you much more about welcome and arrival to Leeds, processes like online registration, and practical elements like paying your tuition fees. So, many of you will be thinking about the journey to the UK and arriving in the UK, and I'm pleased to say that our International Student Office will be there to provide help and advice for you as you do this process. I'd recommend that you look at the web link here, the students.leeds website, and all of the information about the practicalities of welcome and arrival are listed there. You can also use a really valuable resource that we have. Our Link to Leeds team are a team of current student ambassadors, and all of them have been through the process of the welcome period and arrival here in Leeds. So you're very welcome to speak to the Link to Leeds team about their experiences on this as well. So, for visas and immigration, I'm very pleased to say that you don't have to go through this process alone. We have some dedicated and trained immigration advisors here at the university who can help you if you do have any questions or problems with this process. So this slide lists some of the websites and some of the help contacts that you might want to check out before you start your visa and immigration application. So VFS Global is the organisation through which UKVI operate overseas, and so you will be going likely to a VFS Global centre in your home country or home region as part of your visa application. The websites that are listed there are the UKVI official immigration advice and also the university's websites about the visa process, and they contain really useful information about all of the things that are listed on the right hand side of the slide here, including the actual process of filling out the application forms, things like what documents and things you need to submit, what medical requirements there may be, what financial requirements there may be, and any regional updates. Obviously, with COVID-19 happening recently, there have been some local changes, of course, and the websites are the best place to keep up with any local updates that might be relevant for you as you undertake your visa application in your home country. So the next slide is talking about the general process, and as you all will know, most international students do require a Tier 4 student visa to come and study in the UK for more than 6 months. Obviously, it's very important to have all of this documentation in place before you arrive in the UK, and we would encourage you to start the process as soon as you can. Again, with disturbances from the pandemic at the moment, we are aware that UKVI processing times are taking a little bit longer than usual in some places. So although the whole process can be completed in around 15 working days, there are delays happening in some parts of the world at the moment. So we would encourage you to start the process as soon as you can. You may be called for an interview, in which case you will be notified by the UKVI of the time and date of this event. So this is a list of the documentation that you will need to prepare for your visa application. The form itself is available online, and you should fill that out thoroughly and completely and follow all of the UKVI guidelines for doing that. You will also need 2 passport-size photographs. Your passport will need to be valid for at least 6 months. If your passport is going to expire, or if you plan to renew your passport, please do let us know. Please send it to your academic school or to the admissions team here at the university, and we will renew your passport details on our system. It's very important that we have your correct and updated passport details on all of your documentation. So if you do plan to make any changes to it, please do let us know. We will be sending you a very important document called a CAS, a Confirmation of Acceptance of Study. Now that is an email document that you will get once your offer has become unconditional and once you have satisfied all of the criteria that we ask for CAS issuance. So you need to keep thoroughly checking your emails. Do check your spam or your junk folders in case the CAS is sent there. And the university admissions team will send you your CAS as soon as it is ready. And this is that document that you then submit to the UKVI as part of your visa application. It's worth noting that students, on your CAS, there will be a course start date. Now, students who are not able to arrive here in Leeds by the course start date should get in touch with their school to let them know about their circumstances. They can then negotiate and discuss the arrival date with their department, and that arrival information is then updated on the electronic version of their CAS, which the UKVI can access when they assess the visa application. So if anything needs to happen around changes in arrival date, then you must let your school know as soon as you can. Another very important set of documents that you need to submit is certificates and transcripts for all of the qualifications that you have used for entry to the University of Leeds. So this may include bachelor's degree transcripts or foundation year results, or English language certificates like IELTS or TOEFL. You will need to confirm some accommodation information, and you can put care of the University of Leeds if you're currently unsure about where you're going to be living. And a big part of the application is your financial evidence, which I'll go into in a bit more detail in a moment, but you will need to submit bank statements as part of this process. Some countries of the world ask that you submit some tuberculosis test results, medical results. So do check if that is required for your region and make sure that you have those in place if you do need them. And it's worth noting for those students who are arriving to the UK with families, with partners or with children, each dependent will require an individual visa or an individual entry clearance. You will also likely need to submit documents like marriage certificates and birth certificates as well. If any of these documents are in your home language and not in English, then they must be officially translated and then submitted in English as part of the visa application. So I mentioned financial evidence, and this is a really important part of the visa process, and it also can be a little bit complicated. So it's worth really noting down these details and making sure that your bank statements meet all of these requirements. The UKVI needs to see that you have proof of funding for the first year of your tuition fees for your course and your living costs. Now, living costs are fixed and they're stipulated by the UK for 9 months at the figures quoted here. So just over £1,000 per month needs to be shown. We would recommend that you use an original bank statement, either in your own name or in your parents' name. And if you are using a parent's account, you need to provide your original birth certificate and a letter to confirm the status from your parents. It's important that the statement displays the correct amount of money. So we need to see the full funding of the tuition fee. That can be the full amount, or if you have already paid your fee to the University of Leeds, you can state that as well. If you've paid half of your fee to the university, for example, the other half needs to be demonstrated in the bank statement that you show. The money must have been in the account for at least 28 days on the visa application date, and the statement must be dated and no more than 31 days old when you use it. You might want to include financial documents which show the currency conversion, and we recommend that you use the Oanda currency conversion tool, which is listed on the website on the slide. So once your visa application has been received by the UKVI, they will assess it. They may call you for an interview or other matters, but hopefully it will be successful and your visa will be granted. And your initial visa will be a sticker called a vignette, which will be in your passport. So when UKVI return your documents to you, there will be a sticker in your passport, and that is valid for 90 days. When you arrive in the UK, you need to collect your physical visa card, which is called a BRP, or Biometric Residence Permit, and that will cover the full duration of your visa. Now, ideally, you should collect this BRP within 10 days of arrival in the UK, but UKVI are allowing a little bit of flexibility in the current circumstances. So if, for example, you are quarantining upon arrival in the UK for 2 weeks, you are okay to collect your BRP at the earliest opportunity after that period. You can choose several options for the collection of the BRP card. You can choose to pick it up from the University of Leeds campus. So if you want to do that, you need to input what we call an ACL code on your visa application. So you need to make sure you put the University of Leeds ACL code on your form, and that means UKVI will send us your BRP and you can pick it up from us at the university. Alternatively, you can choose to pick up your BRP from a local post office or from a library in the city of Leeds. And again, you can stipulate that in your application form. When you arrive to the UK at the airport, we recommend that you don't use the e-gates, and instead you queue and you see a visa official in person. Often the university or the Home Office may need to see an entry stamp to the UK in your passport, and to get one of those you need to have physically seen an immigration official. So we would normally recommend that you don't use the e-gates when you first arrive in the UK. Another part of the visa application process is payment for the IHS, or the Immigration Health Surcharge. Now, this is a fee that allows international students to access the NHS in the same way that a UK student would. And the NHS is the National Health Service here in the UK. So it gives you access to GPs and doctors and hospital care if you should require it. The IHS is compulsory as part of the visa application, so you must pay it, and it costs £300 for every year of your visa. So if, for example, you are coming to the UK for your master's programme, you will pay a total of £450 for the IHS, as your visa will normally be valid for around 16 months. So the process for this is that you make the payment after you complete your Tier 4 visa application form. And there's more information about the details of that on the website at the bottom of the slide. Now, some courses will require something called ATAS, which is an additional security clearance check, and it's normally for science or engineering courses at postgraduate level. So this won't be relevant for everybody, but if ATAS is required for your course, it will be noted on your offer letter. So if you do need ATAS, you need to apply for that clearance as soon as you can. It can take up to 20 working days for an ATAS certificate to be issued. So we would recommend that you start this process as quickly as you can. And once you have the clearance, you can print the certificate and include that in your visa application. If you have experienced delays with ATAS, please do contact our International Student Office, who can look into your circumstances and possibly chase ATAS up for you. Okay, so that's all I have to say about visas and immigration. I hope that's been helpful. Very good luck with your applications, and do contact our immigration advisors if you do think of any questions after today. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you to Leeds.
Hi everybody, my name's Doug Pearce and I'm the Head of International Student Recruitment at the University of Leeds. We're looking forward to welcoming you here at the university, and my job today is to give you some information to help you with your travel plans. So, as you may know, the university, we're pretty close to Leeds Bradford Airport. So that's the easiest airport to arrive at. And the transfer to the city from Leeds Bradford Airport is by bus or taxi. It usually takes about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on traffic. If you have a flight which goes into Manchester, that's also very convenient. You can transfer directly by coach or train to Leeds. In fact, they have a railway network which goes directly from the terminal through to the city centre of Leeds, so that's also convenient. We generally advise not travelling via London because it can take 6 to 7 hours. There's no direct trains from Heathrow or Gatwick to Leeds, and it can be quite inconvenient. But if you do end up travelling via London, just make sure to plan your travel in advance and try to make sure you know exactly how to get here. Okay, so in terms of useful travel tips for once you've arrived in the UK, definitely try and book by coach or bus because they're cheaper when you book in advance. You can find out the timetables and prices online. Trains are also possible if you book in advance, but generally tend to be a little bit more expensive. Another useful tip is make sure you pack any of your important documents, you know, your passport, ID card, medication, English money, change of clothes. Make sure you've got all of those in your hand luggage, not in your suitcase, in case you know you need to retrieve that information quickly, or you know, if for some reason your suitcase gets lost. So make sure you have anything important with you in your hand luggage at all times during your journey. Okay, so on key dates, we'll be offering a free welcome service to collect students from Manchester Airport and Leeds Bradford Airport, and a meeting point to welcome students at Leeds Station. You can find out more information and the online booking form on the Preparing for Leeds pages of our website. Both airports and the station can be quite busy depending on the time you arrive, so hopefully you'll be able to meet our friendly, welcoming staff and students who will point you in the right direction. You'll also receive, if you're quarantining due to COVID-19, you'll also receive self-isolation packs, which will include a starter food inbox, kitchen and bedding packs, online shopping information, which you will be able to use in your accommodation. Any travel or arrival support does need to be pre-booked though, so make sure you do check the Preparing for Leeds website before you travel. So we've also prepared a thorough welcome and induction package, so to help you arrive safely and also learn about the university as soon as you arrive. Your online orientation has lots of information to help you get started. This can be found on our website at students.leeds.ac.uk/orientation. You can explore online resources to help get familiar with your new academic life, take part in academic and social activities, meet people on your course and make new friends. As well as the orientation website, you should also check out students.leeds.ac.uk/new students, launching on the 14th of September. This will give you information about registration and everything that you need to do in order to start your studies with us. In terms of induction with your academic school, you'll be able to access your student handbook via minerva.leeds.uk. You'll receive specific information from them about their own specific welcome induction activities conducted locally. It'll also give you opportunity to meet staff and other students on your course. To access a copy, go to the website minerva.leeds.ac.uk, click the Learn tab and then Organisations. If you're a postgraduate research student, you can find important induction information for researchers at students.leeds.ac.uk/research induction. Okay, in terms of online registration, it's very important that you make sure you follow these steps really carefully so your registration process goes smoothly. The first step is to find out about registration, find out what all the information that you'll need to register at students.leeds.ac.uk/registration. The second step is to create your university username and password, mypassword.leeds.ac.uk. You'll need your student number and your date of birth in order to do this. Step 3, registering via Minerva, minerva.leeds.ac.uk. Follow the instructions on the registration page. And step 4, when you arrive in Leeds, complete your identity check and collect your biometric residence permit if needed. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some important information about paying your fees. Your tuition fee was confirmed in your offer letter from us. So if you're not sure what your tuition fee is, please go back and check your offer letter. We recommend that you pay your fees via Flywire, which allows you to pay in over 70 currencies, pay by bank transfer, international credit or debit card, and eliminates any bank fees. Also, the exchange rates are generally pretty good. We have 2 payment options. You can either pay in full when you register or pay in 2 installments, one now and one later. If you're a sponsored student receiving a scholarship, then you should provide your official letter or financial guarantee provided by your sponsor. We definitely recommend that you don't use cash or a bank draft as a payment method or any third-party agents to transfer payments to the university, because this significantly increases the risk of being exposed to financial crime. So if you go to students.leeds.ac.uk/ways to pay to find out more information. Okay, so that's the end of this part of the briefing. Thank you very much for attending. I hope you found this information useful. Please do take part in our live chat event, pre-departure Q&A, which takes place on Wednesday the 19th of August at 10 o'clock British Summer Time, and also again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon British Summer Time. And you can find out all the information at www.leeds.ac.uk/link to Leeds. If you're watching this after the 19th of August, then please go to the website where you can watch the full recording. Thank you again for attending. I look forward to welcoming you in Leeds, and safe travels.